Alright guys, Yellow here, back with more. Yakuza 0. Shit. Okay, well that failed. Trying to play an exciting game. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's go. Continuing on. Still listening to RHAP. Ah, fuck off. And while he doesn't like the manipulation part of the game, he does want to play the game hard. And he wants to go after Danny, and he wants to do these things. It's very funny to me, actually, that Tyler is like the focus of this sort of like old school meme. Because one of the first things I actually said to Tyler was after Big Brother 20 was like, hey, you really brought back the sense of like excitement that Big Brother had in the old school of like Blindside and stuff, and he really appreciated that because that's the Big Brother that he's all in love with, and that's the Big Brother that he's talking about yesterday on the feeds. Like, this is boring. We should be doing more. And Kaiser said the same thing. Like, the first All Stars was way more exciting. This is so boring. But that's the Cody game. Oh, people. We don't get into fights. That's not what we do. That's not good for our game. And so there's this sort of clash of cultures here. And Tyler, I think, is actually on the other side of it.
No, he so is. And you're right, I think the same kind of playing is exactly the way that Cody is doing it. Lay low, no drama. You know you're on top. If there's no drama and there's no blind sides and no split votes, you're always going to stay on top. The power will never change. Someone like Tyler knows how to effectively get to the end of this game while also maneuvering in a way that's secretive, but through blind sides.
Yeah, after the podcast is done, I think what we're gonna do, I kind of want to run through my Fallen Angel ranking. I do have one on my computer that I made years ago, but I would like to try to make a quick list right now and just like one I can compare the old list to, and then that way I can have a more accurate assessment there. So I think that's what we'll do in a second.
He knows that he has really good social connections with all of them. And he knows he probably can't beat like 100% Cody, even like Nicole and Danny haven't won anything this season so far. But they have experience in this game. They have a lot of good experience. They've won. They're quote-unquote legends to other people. The other side is just like the ragtags, right? So of course Tyler would rather work with them. And he knows that the game would be more fun that way. Maybe he's not thinking about fun. But I just can't see why Tyler continues to go along with whatever Cody, Enzo, Memphis, Nicole, Danny wants to do. Not for the fact that he wants to get farther from this business. He wants to be the one. He wants to be the one controlling things and making the blind side happen.
So really, the actual thing that changed things, or not changed things, but started to progress things last night was that Nicole was talking to Nicole had a conversation with Tyler where she brought up that she would never put up Devon, just like Tyler would never put up Bailey. And Tyler was like, wait a minute, how did she know that I would never put up Bailey? I never told Nicole that. And then also, Danny came into the conversation and talked about the Slick Six right in front of Nicole. And made it obvious that Nicole knows about the Slick Six. And those two things right away were like, oh, Tyler's like, this is beautiful. This is so much ammunition to use against Danny. And so Tyler went to Bailey and really pushed hard on the anti-Danny agenda that she's been doing things, she's been spreading things, that Danny is the person that needs to go. Maybe we can get Danny up on the block this week, maybe at the very least next week, like soon. We have to make this happen. And so like Tyler started pushing this Danny agenda very hard last night, and he was able to use these conversations that unfortunately we had to miss, but he used these conversations to rile up Bailey. So Bailey got riled up, and he was riled up, and they were ready to go. This is what caused the quote unquote chaos last night. So Christmas goes to Enzo and warns Danny is dangerous, and that maybe, like, hey, if we want to do this, like, I'd be down. He says it's still too early, though, and she still doesn't want Bailey on the jury. That's something that she talked to Tyler about, that she feels like Bailey is going to be a bitter juror, and that she doesn't want her on the jury.
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching that conversation, I thought Christmas was really almost trying to pitch to Enzo that he should do this. Like, look, we have ample opportunity, the votes are here, we could get Danny out right now. Enzo's body language and the way that he was talking to Christmas was very obvious that he did not want to do this. He doesn't want to pull that trigger on his own HOH, and I get why. He doesn't want to be seen as the one leading the resistance, leading this revolt against these players who he's in an alliance with. And that's why he's saying to them, look, I don't want to be on my HOH, man. Like, you can do it on yours. Why don't y'all win something? You know what I mean?
It doesn't make sense for him to do it.
No, it does not make sense for him to do it at all. I tweeted this last night. I said, look, they can pitch to him the best pitch of all time. It would make 100% sense for him to backdoor Danny. And it does make sense for an overall house game.
Oh, wait, that's an if
but
check
for Enzo's game,
Okay.
it doesn't make sense. Just get Kaiser out.
Well, it looks like we finally got
You will still have
confirmation,
all
which
these
this
people
isn't
who want to work
surprising.
with you.
But
And they would still want to get Danny out.
no
They're not going
PS1,
to
2, or
think that
3
Enzo and
backwards
Danny are working
compatibility
together just
on
because he
PS5,
decides not
which
to backdoor her.
obviously that was a
I think
dream
he's playing this right.
to begin
Put
with.
up
But
Christmas as she said that she would volunteer to do it. Get Kaiser to go, and then just hope and pray that one of these people like Christmas or Tyler or Bay or Day win HOH, and then they can backdoor Danny, and it ends up being like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know how to do it. Like, and he's still in the middle, and he's still safe. It's really good.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that even Tyler recognizes, because, you know, Kaiser's still coming for him. Like, okay, this week Danny can slide by, but I've got my pieces set up to make sure it happens next week. Enzo talks to Dave Bay. He tells them about Kaiser's pitch, says he's not into it. Kaiser thinks Tyler, Danny, Cody, and Nicole are running things. But it's whatever. Bailey says she's worried about Danny. Says, like, what if we made a move on Danny this week? Enzo's like, nah, it's too early for that, he believes that Cody is with them. They don't have cause to worry. And that Christmas is the nomination because she volunteered. But keep an eye on Danny soon. Let's make the move on Danny soon, aka you guys do it. Thanks. So that's about where that is.
Right, and the thing is, too, with Enzo not putting up Danny in this round, it's still like, it's almost like not a crossfire, it's almost like a steamer, right? You put a pressure cooker. You put all this pressure into all this pressure, and Enzo is just cranking the heat up. He's not letting the top off yet. He's just cranking it up. Someone else was HOH. All he has to do is like, yo man, I'm down. Let's go for it. And now they have Enzo's blessing, and they can just do it. I do think though, I'm very curious. I'm watching this closely today. I'm scared for Davon. Because she did tell Enzo that she does not trust Cody. And this could absolutely blow up in their face if Enzo goes to Cody and says, look, now all of a sudden, what's Cody going to do? He's going to run and tell Nicole. He's going to run and tell Danny. And then that's all going to blow up. And now, they might push for Enzo to not backdoor or put up Christmas anymore. They might say put up Davon.
Yeah, I mean, like, the problem is that the next target is either Davon, Bailey, or Danny. And there's a lot of push toward Bailey for Christmas and Nicole and Danny. There's a lot of push toward Davon from Cody and really, it's mostly Cody at this point. And then there's now pushed for Danny from Tyler and Enzo, and Tyler's trying to flip Day and Bay toward Danny. And the more that Davon talks about not trusting Cody, the harder it is to keep the target on Danny, because Danny at least is loyal to the group, whereas Bay is and so that makes them concerned about that. So it is a tricky situation, and the wall yelling situation actually did not help in that regard. It actually made it harder to put the target on Danny, because it's making Day a little bit more skeptical.
I don't get. Is this the pass?
So that's not great.
No, Tyler has Davon. Davon's right. I mean, like, she's not wrong in saying that she shouldn't trust Cody, right? But it's the same problem that Kaiser has. Is that he's saying, oh, because people are working together, we gotta get all these people out. I think maybe Devon's listening to Kaiser too much, and instead of going after just Danny, she's saying collectively, I feel like I'm at the bottom of this. I don't trust Cody. I don't trust Danny. She has never really trusted Nicole at the fullest because of what happened in previous seasons. And although they've had a good relationship this season, there's always going to be in the back of her mind, will Nicole get me out again? So now that's 3 people who Devon's supposedly working with that she doesn't have a lot of trust in. And she's grouping them all together and saying, well, now we have to do something, we have to do something.
Exactly, and Danny is the problem. Danny is the one, even more than Nicole, pushing for Bay to go up. If Danny is gone, I don't think Nicole even cares that much. I don't think Nicole pushes that hard for Bay anymore. Danny is the main problem. She also gives Cody and Nicole a lot of power. With Danny gone, they have a lot less power. Tyler gets more power. Tyler is on board with A and Bay, and so if they work closely with Tyler to get rid of Danny, then things can really work out in their favor. But now they're really concerned about Cody and Nicole, and they're focusing a lot on that, which is taking the focus away from me, and is going to put, I think, some of the focus back onto them. But Tyler is working hard to make sure that doesn't happen, but we'll see. Tyler talks with Cody. He says that Danny must have told Nicole that I don't want to put up Bailey because Nicole knew about it, and the Slick Six thing as well. Cody lets Tyler know. He says, look, I've only told you and Enzo now. Danny actually pitched me to cast these rogue votes for Kaser to go home last week, so I'm pretty sure that she was the rogue vote, or at least one of them, and maybe it was her and Nicole, who knows. Tyler says, I talked to Bailey earlier. I tried to tell her some stuff about Danny. Like I don't even care anymore. Cody's like, that's risky, man. That's what we tried to do with David, and that blew up. Tyler's like, I don't care. I'm ready to go, dude. I'm gonna make this happen. Let it blow up. Like, this is how I play, man. Like, I'm just gonna go for it. They talk about the wall yeller a little bit as well. So, Tyler's like, I already knew you and Nicole were close. The yelling didn't do anything. And in fact, it might have helped us because now maybe people will put you and Nicole up instead of you and me up. And that'll be great. And then, we can send Nicole out like Kitty, it makes it easy.
And I was curious, like, what your opinion on this is. Do you sense that Tyler being so would make Cody trust Tyler? Because here's my take on this. Although Tyler is going after Danny,
Yeah, I am worried that like Tyler's going after Danny too early, in the sense that he's like making it too blatant that he's coming over, like a full week and a half before the opportunity to actually get rid of her.
Danny has a huge, big threat like Tyler, who's trying to make these moves. If Cody and Tyler are ever on the block, Cody can say, look, I'm not doing as much as Tyler. You should get him out over me. So in my opinion, Taryn, I think Cody should really lock in Tyler as, like, not his number one, maybe because he still has, like, Nicole and Enzo, but really push him to, like, yeah, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this.
Well, it's a very tricky spot because they keep saying Tyler's ruthless, yo. He's cold-blooded, which is great for them because they feel like they can use Tyler to do damage for them. But
Interesting.
it's also not great to have that reputation because if they think about it for the next, like once Danny's gone, and they think about how Danny really trusted Tyler,
I guess a Final Fantasy
Tyler
16
slit her
Twitter
throat,
account was
they
found.
might start thinking, is Tyler gonna do that to us?
And speculation
so
on
that's
it
a dangerous
being
place to be. So that's why it's such a delicate thing, and
revealed.
it's why Tyler has spent like 2 weeks building to this moment, right? Planting
No, it could be
seeds
fake,
about
though.
Danny in ways like Danny tries to do this, and it's very obvious. But Tyler's been planting these seeds.
Oh, is that tonight?
And he has let them grow.
Yeah, I think it is. That
Over the
American
course of
Ninja
a
Warrior
couple of
All-Star
weeks, he has,
special.
helped Cody.
We should probably watch. I'm not gonna do a video on it, right? No, I don't give a shit enough.
He cultivated that. He brought it to Enzo. He then had Cody bring it to Enzo, and now Enzo feels it. Cody brought it to Christmas, who brought it to Enzo. He brought it to Day. He brought it to David. And he let all of these people, fact check with each other rather than him being the one spreading it to everyone. And it's now blossomed into this thing where now Tyler gets to present himself as the solution to the problem that he created. Guys, I will do this. I'm sick of this stuff with Danny. You guys are right. She is super sketchy. I'll take care of it for you. And if he can get away with it, then hopefully they will not think that he's too risky because they feel like, oh, he would only do this to Danny because she's doing all of these things. Little do they know, Tyler probably has the ability to
do this with everybody.
Them and get his allies on board with taking them out as well. But they think it's their idea, so they're not super concerned.
Right? It is really Tyler's like thing. Tyler is way more subtle than Danny ever would be in that game role. Danny has not done a good job in planting the seeds properly. Like, she plants the seeds and it just like dumps a gallon of water on it. Whereas like Tyler like slowly puts like one seed in, like puts a little bit of water, walks away. The day later, oh, a little bit. Danny's like dumping water all over it. It's just drowning everywhere. And everyone's like, why is Danny doing all this? Like, nothing's gonna grow if you're putting too much like on it at one time, right? But Tyler is slowly like nurturing it, letting it grow. It's great, and I do think that next week we will see Danny leave. If like again, obviously the right person wins HOH, but Tyler has done such a good job making Danny look like the bad guy. He can't get Danny out without it amplifying his target. Because instead of her getting out because, oh, she's like she is in with so many people, we think that she's in with so many people, but we know she isn't. We should get her out because she's just gonna keep spreading these lies. It's not because she's playing this great game, it's because she's a troublemaker.
Yeah. So Enzo is going to talk with Tyler as well. Enzo says that the Caser's pitching that Tyler's running the game. And Tyler's like, well, that's annoying, because I would like for Danny to go this week. But he says, Tyler's like, I've been trying to rattle May up about Danny. Hopefully we'll go after her like next week. Hopefully Day would go after her now. Hopefully, May or Christmas, like any one of these people would go after her. That would be great. Danny exposed to Nicole about this like 6. Did you know that? He was like, what? It's like she's got to go. This game is too boring. Caser first, fine, but Danny has to go next.
Yeah, I mean it's sad in retrospect because Danny again is one of those legends. But I do agree. Danny is amplifying what it means to have a boring gameplay and it working. And I don't take that away from anybody like Cody or Nicole or Danny. If that's a winning strategy, it's a winning strategy. They're there to win $500,000. It doesn't matter if they're trying to be entertaining or not. But selfishly, I want to be entertained. I want there to be blindsides and everything. Getting Danny out opens the door for that. It needs to happen, and I think Tyler would benefit from that and a lot of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, where it's like, and I talked about this around Saturday, like, this game is played weeks in advance now, and I think Tyler's just, like, Tyler's been angling to get Danny out for a couple of weeks now, and he's been doing work to make it happen.
I think we're fucked.
And now he's like, let's do the exciting thing, but like really secretly he's done it the boring way by putting the work in ahead of time, and it's probably not going to make that many waves. But he wants to take 2 splashes. He wants to take Danny out. Christmas is also going to talk to Enzo again and be kind of be like sort of a volunteering thing. Any chance that we could maybe put a pause? Enzo's like, I don't know, yo. I think we're locked in at this point.
Like, he already paid the fee. There's no reason. Sorry.
Yeah.
You already told him that you're volunteering. And it would be really bad if she went step back and be like, hey, I'm not volunteering anymore. I don't want to go up. Because that just shows you don't have trust in either him or the house. And she doesn't have any proof that she can't trust the house at this point. She can't go to it. So be like, look, these people are sketching me out. I don't want to go up. He's been all day, like all week, he's like, he's gone, man. He's good. Go on,
dead. Yeah, we're dead.
I don't know why she volunteered. She's gonna stay if she goes up against Kaser, so it's not like a game-ending decision. But I think she regrets it now. I think after having these conversations with people, after the wall yeller, after everything going on, I think she does not feel as safe in the house as she did maybe 2 days ago.
Well, because again, like, if Christmas, like, I have to imagine that the idea that there could be a wall, like, if the wall yeller had yelled something about Christmas, then she might be going home this week, and Kaser might be staying. You know what I mean? Like, not that. Like, again, it's probably not because at the end of the day, the people in power have power, and they will use the information to do whatever they want with it. But if you convince the people in power that they want Christmas to go, then Christmas would go. So I have to imagine she's like, well, if I go on the blog and somebody yells something about me, that would not be fun. But ultimately, as we said at the start of this episode, that nothing really has changed. This Danny stuff was already in play. It's just been, taken another step, mostly because of the conversation that Nicole had with Tyler, that Danny had with Nicole and Tyler, and Christmas is still going up on the block. Kaser is still going home. I really wish that, like, if Kaser had just been lying low this week and chilling and just being,
oh my god, there's gonna be a 40-person
like,
all-winner sequester season.
I do think that it's possible that we'd see Enzo making a move.
That includes private
Danny.
minis.
I do think he would make the move on Ian, because to take Ian out weakens Nicole and Danny before they make the move on Danny. And I think that if he wasn't so concerned about Kaser, if Kaser wasn't talking to him about coming for his alliance, then I think he'd be very open to this idea.
I 100% agree with you on that. If once Janelle left the house, if Kaser was just like, okay, I'm gonna lay in bed, I'm gonna be sad,
Wait, fuck.
I'm just gonna like stay to myself. Of course, he can still have conversations with people, but if he was just like laying there and being like, oh, my best friend is like no one in this house. I'm sure Enzo would have been like, yo, dude, he's already dead in the water. We can just get him out next week. He has no life left. We can take out someone big like Ian. Exactly. But instead, Kaser is like, nope, I still have like all this life in me. I'm still going to play hard, which I love and I respect that. Thank you, Kaser, for showing that you're not going to give up. But laying down and dying isn't necessarily giving up. It's a strategy, and I don't think Kaser has ever just laid down and died in Big Brother before. So he takes that from Janelle. So I agree. I think that Kaser should have just sat there and ate his food and let other people become big targets. He can't help himself. He's too smart. He just understands the game too well, and he wants to play. He came there to play, and I think you can't help himself. He just wanted to save himself. He wanted to put the hands, like, he wanted to put his game in his own hands. And say, look, I'm going to pitch myself, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to try to get the votes on my side, and I'm going to lay it all on the table, and if they don't want to work with me, they don't want to work with me, and that's it.
Yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much what we've got, unless there's anything else that you wanted to bring up, Daniel.
No, I think, again, like, yesterday was pretty, like, boring until the wall yeller, and then I thought we were going to get some, like, really exciting things, like, once people were talking about the potential backdoor, but Enzo was just not buying it. It's not for his game. So, yeah, I think we're going to see Christmas go up and Kaser's out the door.
Yeah, and I'll say again, like, I think a lot of people are sort of like saying, like, seeing it, like, the feeds went down for 4 hours. When they came back, they were kind of fun. Therefore, the wall yeller must have had an impact. But when you look at the details, when you look at what actually happened, nothing about the wall yeller changed anything. The thing that changed things was the conversation Tyler had with Nicole, Tyler had with Danny and Nicole. If somebody tells you that the wall yeller made things exciting last night, then ask them exactly how.
Right. Yeah, it didn't. Like, it just, maybe it just moved things along a little bit more. Maybe it just, like, pushed the train.
See, but that's exactly how did that happen, Daniel?
No, and that's me trying to justify how the wall yeller did it. Like, that would be the only thing I can say that it helped. But again, it probably, if the wall yeller didn't happen, Tyler still probably has these like conversations tonight, and Faye and Day still try to get Danny back forward.
So that's what we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us. Daniel, where can people find you?
Yeah, they can find me on Twitter at DanGeneKen. That's Dan, D-A-N, Gene, like blue jeans, and Ken, K-E-N. I tweet about all things reality television. I have done wrap-ups for 90 Day Fiancé. If you're a huge 90 Day Fiancé fan, come check that out. And yeah.
All right. You can find me on Twitter, of course, at ArmstrongTaryn, and on Twitch, twitch.tv/TarynArmstrong. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to update you on everything that happened today on the Big Brother 22 live feeds. And then later today, we'll also have The Slop with Rob and I believe Kelly Wentworth. Did I hear? I just to make sure I didn't get that wrong. Pretty sure that's the person that came up yesterday. But that's going to be fun. And then, yes, Kelly Wentworth today. And then tomorrow night, the Stock Watch. We're going to update the prices. We're going to rate these players. We're going to have some fun. So check that out. 9 p.m. Eastern, maybe a little bit later, depending on timing stuff. But that's what we've got for you. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Okay. So I feel like at this point we might as well just wait until next episode to start the Fallen Angel stuff, but yeah.
まあわけわかんねえよな。極道の世界で親に逆らった奴は必ず相応の報いを受けるもんだ。破門、絶縁、その辺ならまだいいが、ひでえ時には人知れずなぶり殺しにされることもある。お前は穴ぐらい切っていうその最悪のケースを踏んじまったはずなんだ。だが穴蔵での拷問に1年間も耐え抜いたお前を島野はあそこから出した。耐えたお前のタフさも信じられねえけど、何より一度穴蔵に落としたやつをあの島野が救うとはな。だが島野がお前を許したかといえばそうでもない。穴蔵から出たお前は破門も絶縁もされずに極道の世界から追放された。そして大門違いの兄弟分である俺にお前を預け、仇として飼うように指示をした。武闘派と呼ばれる島野がなんでそんなに回りくどいことをしているのか。奴の目的は一体何だろうな。
さあ、俺が聞きたいくらいや。
案外理由は単純で、ただ単にお前のケツの味が忘れられないだけなのかもしれねえな。なんだよ、つまんねえやつだな。そうだ、一つお前に聞いてみたかったんだ。なんでお前そんなに登場界に戻りてんだ。お前みてえな跳ねっ返りがこんな罰に耐え続けてまで。冴島大河だっけか。お前が登場界にいた時の兄弟分だっけ。そいつのためって言ってたよな。18人殺しの冴島大河か。当時は大騒ぎになったもんだ。登場会と敵対していた地元組織上野清和会の会合に単身襲撃。結果相手組員18人を射殺したんだからよ。登場会の生ける伝説、こっちでも随分話題になった。けどその冴島も今や無所の中。18人もやったんだ。あとは死刑判決を待つだけだろ。なのにお前はそいつのために登場界への復帰を望んでいる。そこがわかんねえんだ。
兄弟は塀の中で死ぬような玉やない。あいつは必ず戻ってくる。俺を殺しに。
殺しに？
あ、なんでもない。もう過去の話や。とにかく俺はどんな目に遭おうが、どんな屈辱に遭おうが、登場界でのし上がらなあかんねん。
なるほどね。そうやって帰ってくるはずもない兄弟分の帰りを待ち続けてるってわけか。登場会に戻って冴島が戻ってきた時の席を用意する必要があるさ。泣ける話じゃねえか。なあ。
あんたには関係あらへん。
まあ俺も大門違いとはいえ島野の兄弟には仲良くさせてもらってるからな。でもまあ
Yeah, we'll end next time we
自
can.
分の人生の全てを捨ててまで他人のために生きる道を選択する気にはなれねえな。お前もいい大人なんだ。もっと器用に立ち回ってもいいんじゃないのか。まあいいや。お前が俺に言われて素直に入って言わない男なのは分かってる。じゃあお望みの本題に入ろうか。お前人を一人殺せるか。
殺し？
ああ、そうだ。
なんで俺がそないなことを。
言ったじゃねえか。極道に戻れるなら何でもやるってよ。違うのか。
そないなことせんでも俺は店の売り上げあと5億上げて極道に戻る。
オデッセイから望みを引き抜いてか。
もう知っとんのか。
けどさ、もし俺がオデッセイに連絡すりゃその話今からでもなかったことにできるんだよ。
なんやと。
まあつまりお前の未来は俺の手の中にあるってことだ。
金儲けさせた上に人殺しまで手伝いっちゅうんか。
どっちも大事なことなんだよ。俺にとってもお前にとっても。
誰をやればいいんや。
牧村誠、聞いたことないか。
誰やそれ。
知らないか。最近蒼天堀で荒稼ぎしてる売春組織の元締めだ。
売春。
牧村はそこらの女子大生やら若い女を捕まえては稼がせてその上がりを吸い上げてる。その上組織から逃げ出そうもんなら見せしめに赤ん坊の埋めねえ体にされるってよ。相手がクズでよかったな。やりやすくなっただろ。
その牧村って男はどこにおるんや。
それを調べるのも仕事のうちだ。牧村は女たちにテレクラで男を釣らせてる。探るんなら末端の女どもから当たるのがいいだろう。
テレクラで牧村の息のかかった女を探すちゅうことか。
仕事の期限は2日だ。それまでに的を仕留めろ。もしそれを超えた場合今度はお前が狙われる立場になる。いいな。
そら楽しみやな。
殺しの方法はお前に任せる。仕事を終えたらこの番号へかけろ。
分かった。
真島ちゃん、最後に確認しとくぞ。殺しに人数や相手は関係ねえ。1人殺そうが18人殺そうが成人を殺そうがクズを殺そうが人殺しは人殺し。やった瞬間まっとうな人生には二度と戻れなくなる。街を歩こうが家にいようが人を殺したっていう記憶が頭から離れなくなる。極道の先輩として忠告しておくけど殺しなんてやらないで済むならその方がいい。当たり前だよな。でもお前はてめえの目的のために見ず知らずの誰かを殺せるか。
うるさいわ。どっちみち人の一人殺せんやつは極道として半人前や。やったるわ。
そうか。ごちそうさん。こいつの分もこれで。あとは好きに飲んでくれ。あ、ガンもうまいぞ。食っとけ。じゃあ頼んだよ。
牧村誠。
So we'll go to the save point and then end. And then we'll continue on next episode. So for now, thank you for watching.